Well, the boats are out on the water in the city of Seattle. The paddleboarders are there. We've even seen some swimming. This is a glorious time of year and I can't wait for it. This is why we live here. And in this video, we're gonna do a real estate market update for May 2023. So stay tuned. We're gonna get you dialed in what you need to know. Hi, I'm Matthew Chapman and welcome back to my channel. I am a local realtor here in the greater Seattle region, and I specialize in helping savvy sellers who want to sell right, who want to sell smart, as well as working with buyers looking to relocate to this region or who are simply looking to invest here, or maybe you already live here and you're looking to move up into a bigger or better home. Now, if you're new to my channel, please just take a moment and click subscribe down below. That way you will get notified of any future content that drops, which I do frequently. And also you can follow me on Instagram at Chapman Homes HQ, and that's a great way just to stay more up to date and up to speed of what's happening here in the local market. So in this video, we're going to talk about a market update for May 2023. We're going to be looking at last month's statistics of April. We're going to talk about what is actually really happening in the real estate market. There's a lot of us realtors chatting right now because there's been changes in the market. I want to share that with you. I also want to talk about interest rates. And I want to get your questions answered about when is really the right time to buy in the greater Seattle region. So stay tuned. We're going to get you dialed in. So let's get right to it. We're going to look at the statistics for two different markets in the region here. One is just simply called the Seattle market, and that's made up of 50 unique neighborhoods in Seattle proper. All the neighborhoods with a Seattle address. Now, if you look at the east side statistics, those are the suburbs east of Lake Washington, and those are, Bellevue, Issaquah, Redmond, Kirkland, Sammamish, Bothell. That refers to the east side. So that's the local jargon for you, and they're two very different statistics. So first, we're going to look at the east side. Let me read some statistics for you. The average median home sale price on the east side for May 2023 is $1.45 million. That's compared to an average home sale price of last year at this time of $1.722 million. So all in all, that is actually a decrease of about 16% in home prices year over year. The whole story, and I'm going to tell you why here in a few minutes, but more statistics for you on the east side. Last time at this year, we were seeing 78% of homes selling above asking. All right, now this time, right now, last month, for this year, we saw 36% of the homes sell above asking. So still pretty good, but not as wild as last year. And right now, we're seeing about 1 month's supply of inventory, which is very low, super scarce, and we're going to talk about that in a minute here as well. Now, let's look at the Seattle statistics for you. So looking at the Seattle statistics, the average median home sale price in Seattle for this month, May 2023, was $886,000. That's compared to last year. It was actually just over $1 million, which is $1,013,000. Now, that is a decrease of about 13%. And they have about 1 month's supply of inventory as well in the Seattle market. Last year at this time, 68% of the homes were selling above asking with multiple offers. And right now, this month, we're seeing about 35% of the homes selling above asking, which, if you've been watching my videos since December, that is actually trending upwards. Prices are trending up, multiple offers are trending up, and we're going to talk more about that here in a minute. So what does this mean for you? Well, my advice is this, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's not about timing the market perfectly. That is almost impossible to do. Rather, it's actually about time in the market. And because the longer you own real estate, the more wealth you can build. And we know that historical trends say that if you own your house for over 5 years, guess what? Real estate market values go up and you are going to do well, is what history tells you. History is on your side. So if you plan on owning that home for 5 years, now actually might be a great time to buy because you're getting into the real estate market, you're building wealth, and that is a good thing. So let's talk about what is truly happening in the real estate market. What are the realtors saying amongst themselves? What are my clients saying? And really, I alluded to it earlier, but it is just the fact that there is very little to almost no inventory out there right now. And it's really creating a supply and demand issue. And that is the core reason why we are seeing bidding wars actually come back to the table. And the year-over-year statistics that I just gave you don't really tell the whole story. In fact, the real estate market here changes on a week-by-week basis. And the last few months, because of this lack of supply of inventory, we've been seeing multiple offers. We've been seeing prices escalate above asking, and it is actually trending upward since December of last year. And the statistics say that, well, we're not blind, we're not ignorant. Actually, 33% of listings taken have gone down since this time last year. And so we have an inventory problem. And it's the classic supply and demand issue. When you have lack of supply, you're going to see multiple offers come back to the table. And that is indeed what's happening in the market right now. The other factor, what's driving the market, is interest rates. So let's talk about that. So the big question on everyone's mind is, Matt, when are interest rates going to go down? And the reality is we don't have a crystal ball, but if you pay attention to the experts, they were saying that perhaps May interest rates would go down because there's going to be some new numbers that were going to come out from the Fed that might cause inflation numbers to look really good. But guess what? The Fed went back and they revised their year-over-year numbers to prevent the interest rates from going down. So now we have interest rates hovering at about 7%. Which is nothing new. They've been right around that all year long. They've kind of fluctuated to 6.5. Now they're back at 7. And the understanding is that if interest rates go down to 5.5%, that is going to open up a floodgate of new buyers coming back to the table. People understand now that gone are the days of old where you get the 2 and the 3% interest rate. That may never happen again in our lifetime. So actually 5.5% right now, it sounds really great. And a lot of buyers would take that. There would be a flood of new interest coming back to the market if that indeed were to happen. Multiple offers, crazy bidding wars, home values escalating way above value. And so the question is that really a good thing for the real estate market right now? And the feds are saying, no, that's not a good thing. And so we're going to put a stop to that. But experts are still saying that when inflation goes down, the numbers go down, that interest rates have to come down, right? And that they're now saying, revising their predictions to say maybe perhaps July we will see interest rates go down again. Now, will they go to the mid-5s? That remains to be seen. But the reality is interest rates are what they are. We can't control what interest rates do, but we need to be aware. And a lot of buyers right now, they're saying, look, I'm going to get into the market because there's less competition and I'm just going to refinance, whether it's a year or 2 years later, or maybe even 6 months if all goes well. And I got this house with less frenzy, less competition. And that is a great move for a lot of people that just want to avoid the craziness of the multiple offers. So it's hard to predict what's going to happen. My advice to you in terms of interest rates would be marry the house, date the rate. You know, the rate is not going to be your rate forever. These interest rates will go back down. It's just a matter of when they'll go back down. So let's talk a little bit more about what is happening in the market right now. Because like I said, the market does change week by week. And although we've been seeing bidding wars increase and multiple offers come back to the table the last few months, again, that doesn't tell the whole story. You have to be on the ground. You have to be dialed into what's happening on a week-by-week basis. And just last week, I'm filming this on May 25th, 2023, multiple offers started to slow down again. And you're asking, well, Matt, why is that? Well, the reason why multiple offers are slowing down, really, in my opinion, is because of seasonality. And if you look at the historical trends of the Seattle area, you'll see that after Mother's Day, the market here tends to slow down a little bit. The spring market is actually our busiest time, and that's when we see the most activity. And so yes, because there are less buyers out there, right now in the market. We're seeing less competition, although it still is pretty competitive in that 900 to 1.2 price range. But anything above that, you actually might be the only offer right now. So just think about that as a buyer. Like, do you want to avoid the bidding wars? If so, consider making an offer on a home right now. The other question I'm getting from my clients is, Matt, when is it actually the best time to buy a house? So again, as we look at the best time to buy a home, really we look at the historical trends, because we don't have a crystal ball. And the historical trends say that the best time to buy in the Seattle market is actually August. And the reason for that is because us Seattleites in the summer, particularly August, we are busy doing other things, right? We're out on the lake, we're out hiking, we're out camping, we're out finishing our last minute vacations. We are not focused on real estate. And so that is actually a sneaky play. It's a sneaky time to get into the market and make your offers, because I think you're gonna have a lot less competition. At least that's what the trends tell you in the month of August, and that has been my experience. And the great news about August is there's actually still quite a bit of inventory. So you have some selection as a buyer, as opposed to December, which is another good time to buy. But the problem with December is, yes, there's no competition, but there's really no inventory in December as well. So that's why my vote is August as the best time to buy. So if you've got questions about the real estate market, or you're considering buying or relocating or investing here, don't hesitate to reach out. My team and I, we would love to assist you. We would love to coach you and help you discern if that is indeed your next right thing. So feel free to check out my website at Chapman Homes HQ, or leave a comment down below. I'm Matthew Chapman, and I'll see you next time. Peace.